Hello everyone, it's Editor Mike here, only it isn't, it's Editor Jon, because Editor Mike is a control freak and needs to delegate to other people to do these sorts of things. So here I am, doing it. Kinda. So this, everyone, is going to be the Travelogue episode for our Nottingham trip earlier this year, where we did 5 escape rooms and created 4 escape rooms ourselves, 4 episodes, and this. Now, things did go a little bit awry, if I'm being honest, starting with the journey to Nottingham, continuing in Nottingham when one of the recording device's SD cards failed after we reviewed one of the rooms, so I'm going to be covering that later. That recording device with a new SD card in then later vanished, and later still, weeks later, reappeared in my flat, which I haven't told the others yet. Oh, God.
Good morning, everybody. It's your boy, Jamie. I'm just about to head off to Nottingham. I'm in the car. It is 8:45 in the morning. I'm fresh. Teeth are brushed. I've had my morning poo. The bag is packed. I'm now going to try and grapple with the existential dread that I've forgotten something, because it's a 3 to 4 hour drive to Nottingham. And we'll see how we do. I'm looking forward to it. I'm treating myself to a Mackey's on the way, because why wouldn't you? The thing about a drive is that, fuck, it's hot. You know, it's a British institution. So, no matter where you are in the world, in Britain, there's always a Greggs. It always feels like home, you see?
I'm tired because I woke up at 5:30 this morning to catch my train. Not because Nottingham's far from London, I just wanted to be extra. But hey, I saw the sunrise. So.
That's pretty epic. I saw nothing but grey skies the entire way.
That's the UK.
And once I got out of Wales, all the roads were flat so I could see to the horizon and there was nothing but grey. But hey,
welcome to the UK.
We're in a cafe, we got coffee, it's all good. Mike and Jon are currently delayed, I think because Jon took the steering wheel off his car yesterday, and I'm guessing hasn't figured out how to put it back. So we're gonna be at the Airbnb, I think, at least a couple of hours before they arrive.
Three and a half hours. Like, I mean, some people would say, Michael, I know I said
we didn't agree a time.
We did actually. I know we said 12, but can we push it back to 1? Absolutely, Jon. I'll see you at 1. I'll do some lunch for you. Yes. Sounds great, Michael. 1 o'clock rolls around. I wonder where Jon is. I'm still in Faversham. Jon, isn't that 3 fucking hours away?
I was on an electrical job. It got hard. It got so hard.
I made you lunch. There was lunch waiting there for you. I threw it in the bin.
Well, no, you didn't.
I did.
You did not throw lunch in the bin.
I threw lunch in the bin. I mean, I ate some lunch, but I threw lunch in the bin.
We've arrived at the Airbnb. Mairi and I are the first ones in, which means that we get first dibs on rooms, and Mike and Jon can fight over the scraps that are left. Luckily, it was a 4-digit code to get in, which means that we can reprogram it, and Mike and Jon have to solve a little puzzle to get into the house. Is that the most appropriate use of our time, especially when Mike is likely on the verge of a cardiac arrest?
What do we have in the itinerary, Mike?
Well, Jon, having looked at the itinerary... Oh, you are absolutely unreal.
No, this is a conversation. I'm passing it back and forth. This is what podcasters do.
Okay, yeah. But the thing is, previous conversation before I hit the record button, it turned out Jon had not looked at the itinerary.
This is true.
We are currently in the middle of... according to the itinerary, we've just finished the producers' meeting. We're well into recording our second episode of the actual podcast.
I've only set this to Nottingham. Do you have the address?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
What? What is wrong with you?
I've only set it to Nottingham.
What? Jesus Christ!
I know it's in Nottingham. Where are we going in Nottingham?
Oh my God. Okay.
Don't worry, I'll redact the address so they can't find us.
Okay, don't fiddle. You drive. I will sort that out in a moment.
Okay.
Christ alive!
It's just I've got a lot on my mind what we're doing the Travelogue like we agreed.
isn't a major city, but a warehouse. It's just like,
As you can hear, we are now in Nottingham. Mike has not murdered me with a knitting needle, despite a few puncture wounds. Mairi and Jamie have already played every single board game that was ever worth playing, and we're going for dinner under the baleful light of a crescent moon and an angry cloud. And so, dear listener, to dinner, where we discuss such weighty matters as Michael's pitch for a child-friendly escape room.
do the search and find the thing. Put the code into the lock. I am dancing Joan. Here's my crusty sock. Hello. What's that crusty sock? Oh, hello, Joan. I think you need to look behind the bookcase. Shut up, crusty sock. You'll want to put my willy in.
Youthful Gen Z activist Mari's thoughts on environmentally friendly packaging.
I'm at my limit with the hummus. Am I the only person who noticed this? Like in Sainsbury's and stuff? You fucking feel about the shitty film? Oh.
And then some culturally sensitive impersonations of our loved ones. Take it away, Mike.
I'm reading my Kindle. You take our daughter around the park in the pram, and I'm going to be Pirot Curio.
Traveloggers, you join us. You're at the recording of the recording or the pre-recording. We're set up in the home recording studio with Mike. What is this called? Oh God, my pudding. So I nearly spilt my pudding over Mike's pod trap, which I think would be worse than being late, possibly. What is this even called, Michael?
Podtrack P8.
We have a Podtrack P8, a completely unnecessary piece of equipment that
A totally necessary piece of equipment.
Mike is in love with.
To several conferences, it has been very, very useful.
Sure it has.
I love its pieces.
Sure it has. And we're just setting up for our first...
John!
What?
Headphones!
What? Oh, fuck! Sorry. I nearly ripped the port out of the Podtrack P8. You've unplugged me!
Yes! It's just, oh my goodness.
This feels unjust. I should stop moving. We're going to start recording the recording, so we can stop listening to the recording of the recording. We then, as you might imagine, did some recordings. More of them later. Or before, depending on the release order of these things. More of them anon and around this recording of the recording. I'm doing it again. Let's move on. Sleep time! Hello, listeners. We are in the Yeti.
The Yeti being
the Yeti being a car. Mari, Yeti is car. So we are not just out of Curio, because when we were just out of Curio, we did a recording about Curio, and the SD card has died because it was provided by someone, not me. So we are pretending we've just come out of Curio. Ladies and gentlemen, what were your thoughts?
Thanks.
I absolutely loved it. So this room has a gimmick that we will not say because it's massive spoilers, but it was a very good example of the gimmick. And
Well, it was the OG example, wasn't it?
yeah, well, especially in the UK and maybe in the world. I really liked it. It was a really special room.
Yeah, I enjoyed the novelty. I think it's got a really good use of space and lots of nice surprises to it as well.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Got a good. It's a good kind of escape room for people who like escape rooms. It's like a puzzler's puzzle place. Lots of lovely, neat interactions. Lots of smart stuff. A proper, we had to think. Oh, we had to think a bit.
Yeah, I mean, echoing what everyone else said. There were a couple of really, really lovely puzzles in there. Just the way they operated was really unique and really, really cool. The central gimmick was very good. It's not alone in that gimmick anymore. We'll come to that in a minute. What should we discuss now?
Well, criticisms is normally your.
Yeah. Okay.
We've gushed about it.
We've gushed about it. So let's go. Well, let's go straight to criticisms then.
John's rubric for this has been: if we've been brought in by the GM, by the owners, to review the room and suggest how to improve it.
Offer recommendations. What would we recommend?
Yeah. So, people.
Okay, so as I said before, this has a gimmick, and it was one of the first, probably in the world, definitely in the UK. However, it's been done many, many times since, and I think a lot better since. There's other rooms in the world that have done this thing so subtly you don't even realise it's happening. And again, I'm trying to dance around it to not spoil it, but I think just an overall improvement to the mechanics and an upgrade in the room in general maybe could go a long way at making it really special.
Yeah, I'll echo that slightly because the room is like 11 years old at this point, and it kind of feels this age a little bit. So I think it needs a little bit of a refresh, a little bit of love. Some bits I genuinely felt rickety as we were doing the room. So I think just a little bit of time and attention to that would just elevate the whole experience.
Yeah, for me, as the same with Robin, I could have done with, there was a bit of storytelling in the intro, and that was sort of where the story ended, to be honest. Yeah. You get the MacGuffin, you leave. It would have been nice just to have that kind of built in a little bit, because it feels like you could have merged in the storytelling in the kind of within the space, and that would have just kind of narrativized the whole thing. But it's, still an excellent set of puzzles. Just would have enhanced it for me. How about yourself, John?
Unusually for me, I'm going to take your normal thing that you like to bang on about, signposting. There's some signposting in the room for when you can and cannot do certain things that you're going to do quite a bit, and it's quite subtle and to the point that they brief you about it at the top of the game. And if something is that old and you're having to consistently brief around a weakness in the design, fix the weakness.
It literally just needs audio cues.
Yeah, and in fact, the game generally needs audio cues, and this is perfectly within the powers of the creators of the game to do. It's just not been done, and that definitely has a sort of that has an impact, I think. Yeah. That is what I would say if I were to recommend. Would we recommend it?
If you are already doing like Robin of Lockskey, then definitely check out Curio. I don't think I'd go as far as to say to come to Nottingham just to play Curio, but if you're already doing rooms, then definitely put that on the list.
Yeah, same. I think if you're in Notts looking for a room, or in fact, I'd say if you're in the county, if you're in Derby and I want to get out of Derby for
Shout out to everyone ever born in Derby.
Yeah, then I'd say it's worth the schlep. I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth travelling to the UK for, or travelling majorly across the UK for, but still really enjoyable.
When it first came out, I reckon it would have been.
Yeah.
But now, not so much.
Oh yeah, and this is very much kind of this is still steak. This is still a steak dinner.
Yeah.
We are what's the word? Splitting hairs over something still a
sirloin or fillet.
Very high, a very high quality overall experience.
Yeah. And shout out to the GM Amy, who was lovely and really good, and gave us a sneaky peek behind the scenes afterwards.
That was good. Did she tell us not to reveal that?
She did not give us a sneaky peek behind the scenes afterwards, and its name was
Geraldine.
Not Amy. Thank you, Bob.
Yes. Cool.
Very good.
Lovely.
We're going to sign off now because we are going to be shortly arriving at Warhammer World. Yeah, by the way, you join us after we've had a cup of tea and a quiet sit down. We all had a cup of tea and a sit down.
We watched the news.
We watched the news for a bit, had a biscuit, a bit of fruit, because we're all absolutely done in. We're old, apart from Mairi.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Now, eagle-eared, bat-eared listeners may have noticed a slight oddness to that conversation in that we were referring to a room that you haven't heard about yet. 2 rooms, in fact, that we had done that very day. The reason Mike referred to Lockskey very, very briefly is because we already recorded a review of Lockskey, which was on the dead SD card. Yay! Hopefully it'll make sense. Hello, listener. We are now
Listener.
Yeah,
wow. Well, we've been on hiatus for a while.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris.
Hello. Are you still out there? Is anyone out there? It is us. We're alone. Well, we're not alone. We're in Warhammer World. We are in Bugman's Bar, surrounded by palpable nerds, which is kind of all of our happy place, really. At the end of the day, we have booze.
We have tankards.
Clink guys. We all have tankards. There it is.
It's not over there.
It's not Foley work doing that because we actually have the tankards. Now, we did record little reviews of both The Butcher and Immaterium, and a faulty SD card, not provided by me. Mike has screwed us.
Except when we went back through the recordings, it was all your stuff.
That was gone.
No, that was from many years ago.
Yeah, John, it was
actually you did give me that.
You shut your truth-telling mouth.
This was the SD card you purchased.
Okay, right, moving on. Moving swiftly on. Let us discuss first The Butcher. Now, this was a horror room. Mairi surprised us with this today because as soon as she realised, or pretended to realise in the moment, that Escapologic have one of the, what would we say, highest rated horror rooms in the UK?
The scariest.
The scariest.
And until recently, the highest rated horror in the UK. I think it was like the first to do a live actor, and it was sort of the most notable.
It's like a 7 on the Spookometer, wasn't it?
Very.
Spookometer. So we booked in the butcher because we finished the other rooms so darn fast.
Sub 30, baby.
Sub 30, and got to the butcher. Our GM was Destiny, who was lovely again. We got out in
46 minutes?
Yeah, about
46. Now, let's have a chat about the butcher, shall we? So, first of all,
I mean, Mari, could you give a description of what the butcher is? Because I think you can give like an overview of this one without any real spoilers.
yeah.
I spent most of it with my eyes closed.
But as in, like, what's
it about?
The premise?
The premise of the butcher is there is a serial killer loose in Nottingham, and what did
Standard
the GM
Tuesday.
say? Yeah, standard Tuesday. The GM said that 2 people had gone in the week before, gone missing. We were going to go rescue them. One of them was bleeding out. And the idea is it's a fairly large space, and you are being sort of watched and followed by a prowling butcher who kind of comes along with this big iron rod and bashes it against the floor.
And when the butcher is about to appear, all the lights go out, and you have a couple of seconds to hide from the butcher.
And we always hid in the fridge.
And we always
Every
hid in the
time.
fridge.
You hid in the fridge. I found myself a strategic corner and made myself as small
And
as
at
possible.
one point, the butcher locked you in the fridge.
Oh, yes.
is
He
great.
stood about an inch from my face. I could feel him breathing on me, then he grabbed my arm and then ran away.
Oh, really?
Wow.
And I thought that was him taking me away. I'd be like, oh no, I've been got.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Got away
cool.
with that.
So, yes, very much a horror experience rather than a puzzle experience.
Yeah.
I have only done one room like it, which was the Happiness Institute in Gravesend. And this was kind of, I guess, the OG of that. So, first of all, takes on the room, quickly. Jamie.
I'm glad that I did it, but it made me realise that I'm not a fan of pure horror experiences. I'm much more of a puzzler than...
Because there are only about
fan.
3, maybe 4 puzzles in the whole room.
Yeah, I want my brain to get a workout rather than to feel the adrenaline of being scared.
Mari.
I loved it, but then I do absolutely love horror rooms. But my hot take is, wasn't as scary as people told me it would be. I was not as scared as I wanted to be. I only screamed like 20 times. It's not enough.
Yeah, it's quite a strange experience being with Mari in a horror room, because she'll, like, scream, grab hold of you for support, but also have this glimmer in her eye at the same
It's
time.
followed by like a...
Yeah, it's like it's quite something.
Yeah.
Mike,
I've had scarier emails in the last week.
sure. So there was a bit. Well, there was a bit where one of you can sort of volunteer to be separated, and we volunteered Mike, and he was the most unfun, implacably unscared person in a
Well,
farmer's
they
camp.
tried to like jump scare me with things, and the things firing cold jets down your neck, and shakes on the floor, and big shout noises, and a hand that goes up and tries to grab you and everything. And I was just like,
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't hear you scream at all.
no,
It was
it's
silent.
not. Again, like, not the most scary thing that's happened in, recent history for me.
And for me, this was very much hyped by Mari, like, but because you knew it's kind of vintage.
Oh, you were
Thank
shaking
you.
like a leaf going in, bless you.
I was pretty nervous going in. Horror rooms are okay. I've only done 2 now. It's okay. I'm not really. I don't think I'm the market. I don't have the glimmer in my eye as much. It was fun, but I found the puzzle elements just pretty standard.
Yeah.
We got much worse at them, much as when me and Mike played the Happiness Institute.
the level of the level of tension being up meant that we all got
Worse.
much thicker.
Yeah.
And our, 2 of our very brainy people, looking at Mairi and Jamie,
Yeah.
who can normally be relied upon to see
You
connections to things.
guys effed that.
I contributed nothing.
Yeah, I did a little
I
other
couldn't
than
do it.
find a good place to hide.
Oh, hello, here's our food.
That's your go.
Yep. There we are, and you have 2 beds of mine.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yours has arrived.
Beautiful. They do not skimp on the chips here, do they?
Okay, so
cutlery?
before we
yeah,
wrap
sure.
up on
This cutlery?
Butcher, criticism. Well, first of all, like ratings out of 5. Jamie,
Ooh, personally, given that it's not, I know they're not like horror rooms, 2.
okay, fair enough. Mike,
3.
Mari,
3.8.
I thought I was going to be the pedant here, but sure.
You had time to think about
I will go, 3.5, about that. So there we go, that was The Butcher. Who would you recommend it for? People who want to be scared, or people who are kind of like going to enjoy that and sort of almost hype it up themselves a bit?
The Friday night horror movie crowd.
Yeah.
Or like you want to see the slasher flick.
If you recommend The Butcher to an escape room fan, it's like saying if you enjoy theatre, you should try the wrestling, watching that. Technically,
That's
it's similar, but it's an entirely different audience.
That's fair. Now, if we were hired as consultants by this room to come play it and suggest improvements, what would we suggest? I'm going to go first here, because we did discuss this earlier, and I simply failed to record it. I think the Butcher stalking around the room looking for you is fantastic, but it doesn't really do anything in terms of the game. And this isn't entirely my idea, like we discussed this as a group. It'll be really good, because in certain areas you can sort of kind of poke your head out and see the Butcher moving. If that was part of it, like say the Butcher was carrying a UV torch and that's the only source of UV light in the game, and that's how you see the symbols to do the thing, like something that makes you stick your head out of your little hidey hole and try and...
Something that makes a Butcher a component in the puzzles.
Yes, exactly. That needs to really elevate it, and that needs to be done.
I loved it, but for me, I know a lot of you are going to say more puzzles. I think more scares. I wasn't scared nearly enough for the number one scary room in the UK. And I can go into specifics, like when lights flickered, I wanted him to appear and jump scare us, and there were a lot of opportunities for it to be much scarier than it was. But that's getting into pedantics. It was still good. I liked it.
Jamie?
I would say don't rely on darkness to increase the difficulty of the game. Yes, for the tension, perfect. But darkness isn't a puzzle, it's just a way to elongate the game and obfuscate things. Like, find ways around that.
Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with all these points.
Okay, and that was The Butcher. Hello again, our food is done, and we're in no better venue that I can imagine for discussing Immaterium. We're in Warhammer World still, it's still in Bugman's Bar. We didn't just do Immaterium, we did it earlier, but what did we think? This is the Warhammer 40,000 themed, and I believe licensed to, escape room at Escapologic Nottingham. So, first takes, everyone.
Yeah, it's official. It's the officially licensed escape room, and I think it captured the world perfectly, from the little details and the walls to the voiceovers from the various.
So I suppose we should give it a little overview of what happens in the room.
Yeah.
It's in the briefing.
Yeah.
You are travelling on an Imperium spaceship, is that right? And travelling through space, and bad things happen. A pilgrim, that was it, yes. Yeah. And a nasty thing is trying to get in, so you have to get to the escape pod in 1 hour, because it's a very tough spaceship, apparently. Get to the escape pod in 1 hour, off you go.
John, actually, you'll find, if you listen to the voiceovers, there was a point where the Geller shields failed. The Geller fields collapsed, I should say. And that's what protects us from the horrors of the war. So just
There's a flavour of what I've been enduring for the last 2 hours. So, we'll get to you, Michael. I can see you foaming at the mouth. Jamie first, your take on the room.
The theming was amazing. It made me feel like I was in a first-person, like, space song kind of...
It's very dark tide.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. I won't go as far as to steal Mike's Immaculate Vibes line, but it's that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
if there was a vibe, it would be immaculate.
It would, yeah.
Strong agree. I think this was probably, even more than Lockskey, the most physical of the rooms. There were so many sort of Jeffrey's Tube type crawling around and manipulating things and turning things and big
Chunky
things.
bits.
Chunky bits, yeah. Lots of chunky bits, which was very satisfying. I enjoyed this room a lot. I thought it used its space beautifully. It was very enclosed in certain areas, and then very, very tall ceilings in others to give you a real sense of value. And I didn't spot a single bit of theming that didn't feel just right. Yeah. And here we go. Michael.
Immaculate Vibes. It nails the 40k vibe. Anybody familiar with the universe, I'd say, think kind of Dan Abnett, think Rogue Trader. We were very much the insignificant specks of humanity
on a failed, perilous journey through the war, desperately trying to escape while the forces of chaos and the maelstrom of it tried to break their way through the hull. It was very
Really, really good spaceship vibes, like that lovely spaceship rumble, that lovely sense that you're in this moving thing that's not a building in Nottingham.
The floor vibrated at to the start, like really sort of sets the scene really nicely.
Yeah, lovely. Really, really
and
lovely.
like a lot of the puzzle interaction as well is very 40k-esque in that it's big chunky bits doing big chunky things. It's not sitting there with like,
The delicate needle of Dumbledore.
no, you've got to stick the big what's it of clunker on the trunk. It was beef.
Yeah, it felt like we were fixing the ship.
It did.
In places.
And things broke, but in a good way. Like, we complete puzzles, and then things would start malfunctioning. It'd be like, oh no. And it'd be like, this is part of it.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff. I don't want to do sports. There's a bunch of stuff you think, oh, we're going to do this, and that's going to. Oh no, that just fell off. Okay, we're doing something else now.
Yeah. Like, the internal story within it, as in like the little story of your escape, is really good.
Yeah.
Now, if we turn to criticisms, if we were hired as consultants to come in and improve this room, I know what Mike's going to say. What would we improve? In fact, I'm going to get ahead. I'm going to go first now. I'm going to get ahead of Mr. James Cons and say what he's going to say. He's going to talk about emergent storytelling, and he would be right. Because once again, the GM, in this case a chap called Alex, who was very good, gave us the little brief with his foot in the door and then closed it. He needn't have bothered. He could have literally said, your pilgrim's flying through space, everything is fine, and close the door, and then everything starts to go wrong around you. Like, it sort of had it in it, and then this bolted on thing at the beginning that you could have just red penned, and it would have been absolutely fine, if anything better. Apart from that, I really don't have much to say against this one. I thought it was really solid. Difficulty seemed about right. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Wasn't quite a sub 30, but very close. We were 30 and change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time was good.
Completely agree. I have no criticism of this game. Like, I wouldn't go so far as to say it was my favourite, but as an escape room, it is a masterclass in every aspect of escape room.
It even had a good finale.
Yeah.
Yeah, the finale is
Of
great.
all the 4 rooms today, this was the only one that I think had a solid finale.
Yeah.
Which we won't spoil, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Michael?
No, I guess if I had a criticism, I suppose, so nailed the vibes immaculately. I guess it might have slightly missed an opportunity to do some of the kind of, there's a few sort of really iconic things that people associate with 40k, maybe people who are less, rabid fans like myself, like, a bolt gun or something in there would have been great. Like, a lot of the in there, actually, this was... I think there's a lot of stuff in here for fans of 40k, for who are sort of nerd level familiar with the universe. I'll be honest with you, I don't really have any particular criticisms. I think I would have liked to have fired a bolt gun or something at some point, or just done like an iconic thing, or found like an artifact, like an Eldari artifact or something.
That's true. We were sort of dancing around the 40k stuff rather than sort of really being.
We were very much in the 40k universe. This is very much like the 40k universe of the literature, and of like the setting upon which the grand battles occur, which I think it did marvellously. Which is why I think it's a really, really well put together room. This is excellent. I wish this would have been nice to have had a little sniff of one of the big things coming through. But again,
yeah, that's true.
That's a very, very small note.
Jamie?
Yep. I've got one gameplay, not criticism, but I would have changed, and then one nice to have from a story perspective. For gameplay, there was one particular mechanic that we ended up reusing a couple of times. Yes.
Yeah, I know that.
And the different symbols for that. We used that about 3 times, and it's the same kind of vibe. So having that be different would have been nice. So just have
That's
variety.
true. In terms of puzzle, there were. You're right. There were a couple of repetitions there.
Oh, the first time was really nice, but then after you're like, I know I can look at that. We've done that before. It's just a different sequence.
Yeah.
From a story perspective, given that we were traveling through the warp, I would have liked to have seen the effects of traveling through the warp. Like, shit gets weird when you travel through the warp. Like, that's how the Chaos Marines are born and demons and stuff come through. Like, some of that cosmic horror
Oh my
stuff
god,
would
yeah.
have been brilliant.
Have the void shields down in one part where we can see some sort of horrible manifestation slithering up
or
the
even
side
like
of the hull.
Stranger Things-esque, like pink tendrils that come in through part of the ship. And then you've got people like, what the fuck is going on?
Do you know what? Actually, that would have done me that would have ticked my box as well. Having like something familiar, like have one of the Chaos gods. Like, I mean, to be fair, if it was Slanesh, there'd be willies coming through. But,
everybody's happy then.
But, I mean, have some Nurgle rot starting to work its way through the hull. That would have been like that's the kind of thing you can reasonably do within the thing.
And it might have amped up the peril then that you've got to get out before that spreads throughout the ship and infects you as well.
Yeah. But again, like.
It's a minor thing, it's such a good room.
Sorry, Mairi, have you done your...
Yeah.
To sort of sum up our day then, of escape rooms, I know we're going to discuss Warhammer World itself a bit, but we'll do that in a bit. To sum up the games, favourite game of the 4? Mairi.
Lockskey, the first one we did. But maybe we just had so much energy and were so into it.
We were so young.
We were so young.
So young this morning.
84 years.
I just crawling around, that was so delightful. And I had such low expectations. I heard nothing about Lockskey and I was like, fine, it's going to be mid. And it was so charming. So by far, that was my favourite.
Okay, Mike?
I'm actually the same. I think it's Lockskey, followed closely by Immaterium, but because it did some absolutely beautiful things with the set, that just and it just kept on revealing more and more and more to us, and lovely surprise after beautiful interaction. It was scrumptious. It was a lovely breakfast.
The number of times we were so delighted, we were like, wow, look at that.
Just with how a bit worked.
I do wonder, had we done those in the reverse order, would we still say the same thing? Because I'm going to be exactly the same. I think Robin of Lockskey pips it for me. I think Immaterium had a really lovely moment, but Robin of Lockskey had really lovely moments, and that just raises it up against
So, Immaterium, I feel like it's the newest of the 4 rooms we did.
It felt like it. If it wasn't, it definitely felt like it.
It certainly had the most polish.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I also have a real love for a found space and for good use of a found space.
Yeah, Robin of Lockskey does
and
that.
Robin of Lockskey really did that beautifully.
So does Curio, though.
This is true. This is true. But Curio was really good, but it's suffering a bit for its age. And they're both puzzle heavy, but Lockskey has more variety in the puzzles. That said, both of them, I think, suffered from kind of tailing off in a way that Immaterium didn't.
They needed a finale.
They both did. It's a real toss-up there for me between Immaterium and Lockskey.
You've got to come down on the side, though, John.
I'm going to come down... No, I'm going to come down Lockskey. That's what Lockskey takes it from me. So there we have 4 Lockspeys. In terms of venues that we've visited around the country and indeed around the world, would we recommend Escapologic Nottingham?
Absolutely.
100%.
definitely.
I would say it has definitely been worth travelling various distances across the UK for all of us.
In various times.
And we chained 4 rooms in a day. They've got 11 rooms.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed all 4 rooms that we played.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a good day no matter what you pick.
And when
A good weekend, even.
When we walked into the lobby for one of the games, it was full of teams. There must have been 5 other teams there.
It's so good for the heart, isn't it, to see a venue like that really popping off.
thrumming along.
There must have been 12 GMs as well in that little office.
Yeah. There was a whole sort of a whole gaggle of them. So they're doing well, and there's a reason they're doing well. They're not without their faults, and some of the rooms are showing their age, but they've still got some really good stuff and really good ideas, and some just really lovely classic ones.
You'll still have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you will have a lot of fun. Strong recommendation from us, and the GMs all lovely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And sober.
Yes, you think that would be a prerequisite, but in some escape rooms, not so
Not
much.
necessarily. Okay, so that's us signing off for our Saturday escape room jaunt. We'll be back for Warhammer World discussion momentarily. Dear listener, you may be wondering if something's gone wrong and you've missed a bit of this podcast. We have not yet reviewed Robin of Lockskey. Well, we have. It was the first room we reviewed, and the SD card with that review on it died. So all you get is our little sum up at the end there. But hopefully that was glowing enough, and we all voted that room our favourite of the day without further prompting and without knowing at that point that the material was lost. So there you have it. Robin of Lockskey. Go do it. Go do all of them for their various reasons. And then, once you've done them all, go to Warhammer World if you're a massive nerd.
We've been recording the last two in Warhammer World, Brydon's Bar is actually in Warhammer World, just because, this is a travelogue, and if you're coming to Nottingham and you're a nerd, like we are, and everybody around us, then you come to Warhammer World. This is something of a pilgrimage site for anybody who has ever been involved or is a fan of the hobby.
A man has just walked past us with probably about £1,000 worth of little models in his hand, sitting over there.
And you know what? We all wish we were him.
Look at him.
Oh my god, that's a good
Just, I guess just as a visit, so Warhammer World is kind of the home base of Games Workshop. Best known for Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer, and all the video games and things. And the place itself is on an industrial estate, not far from Screwfix. But it has a Forge World nearby, which is the old kind of custom miniature makers. And the place has this beautiful, huge exhibition hall, which we had a look around earlier, which is just kind of like a walk through history and kind of like a best of all of the models.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. As my father likes to say, the dead men have been taken away.
Wow, that's...
Yeah, he says that when the plates are cleared. So you wonder where I get my sense of things. I have to say, like the dioramas in the exhibition hall are incredible.
Yeah.
We're talking, there's a couple of 20-foot by 12-foot just monster scenes with thousands of models. Even if you're like, for me, I was more of a Warhammer Classic teenager. 40k was the sort of what the cool kids were doing, what the cooler kids were doing over there. So I never really got into it, but even then, just the sheer scale of it and the sheer detail and
the
the
artistry, it's the naked artistry that I can't get behind. It's just, wow, it's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've been before I came actually, back when I was at uni, this would have been 2007. It's changed a lot since then. It's got a huge gaming hall, which is really lovely, big shop, and this lovely Bugman's Bar we're in, which is sort of loosely themed around Warhammer. We were slightly disappointed that the food wasn't more kind of like, themed. Yeah, like, the Slaanesh hot dog or something.
The big old turkey leg.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there's a bunch of sort of faux barrels in the corner, and then a standard ice cream fridge right beneath them. That's sort of as paper thin as the theming goes.
Could have put some wood on the outside.
Yeah, you could have done something.
I don't know, some tentacles.
Yeah, it could be kept cold by magic.
Yeah, there it is.
But yeah, I mean, so I love it here. I think it's a good kind of pilgrimage site. How's everybody else found it?
Yeah, that's great.
I love in the exhibition hall. I made a beeline for the Warhammer Fantasy stuff because that was my jam. And as someone who picked up Warhammer several times throughout my youth, and then I've been lapsed for a good decade now, I love going through and finding the regiments and the models that I used to collect.
And seeing them again.
Just snapping all like the little individual Imperial captains and high elf archers and stuff like that. Going, oh my god, I want those again, but I can't afford it because I've got a mortgage. I didn't get it much into 40k, and when I did, I lost a lot and didn't pay anything because I couldn't be asked. But it was lovely. Like, those dioramas are so impressive. It makes me realize, okay, this is a wonderful, beautiful thing, just incredibly expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, the prices of the models now in the shop, and I'm sure you can find that stuff for a bit less out there, maybe, but whoo!
Yeah, it's proper. How about yourself, Mara?
The thing I liked most about the whole experience was the childlike wonder in all of your faces as you walked around. And I think each of you at some point were like, come over here, look at this thing. And I was like, wow, look at this thing, and not really knowing what the thing was. But for full disclosure, I did used to play Warhammer. I played Tower Empire. I love that little room with the Tower Empire. This was wonderful. It's been
Mari, what was the colour scheme of your Tau army?
It was pink and white, but like neon pink. I made a little glowing effect.
And what did you add?
Glitter.
Very good.
Like a little sheen, like a little sparkly sheen.
Right.
And on their base, they sat on like little bases which I completely dipped in glitter, so it was sparkling silver glitter.
Wow.
And then the towel, little disco towel on
So
top.
it's all very charming until the plasma guns come out and this.
But they fired little pink things.
Plasma
It was
rifles,
cute.
accurate,
Yeah.
I remember. Lovely. So yeah, recommend. If you want a trip down memory lane, or if you actually still have somehow defended this hobby now, yeah, it's great.
In this economy, John.
Yeah, there it is.
it does make me want to get paint miniatures again. That's the only problem. And I'm just like, I'm looking at this like, I have time in my life for half a hobby maximum. Like I can't somehow squeeze in an additional whole hobby.
Yeah, you can't half-ass Warhammer. Like, you've got to go all in.
No. I've got so many other things to half-ass.
So any listeners out there who are fellow nerds of the Warhammer hobby, let us know what your army is, what you're rocking right now, what's your favourite. If you're a lapsed Warhammer person, what was your favourite army? Let us know.
And if your house burnt down, would the value of the army go above what your home insurance would pay for it?
It's the same as a Picasso.
I believe there's a £2,000 limit on personals or something like that. Like there's limits on that stuff.
No, you have to declare any high value items.
Yeah,
would you
yeah.
declare your
Would you
5,000 point all?
You would need to. You have to.
I have an original imagine having like an original lead gargant from like back in the day.
Well, there's the wedding ring and the TV. Oh, and and the Warhammer collection.
This is my Lord and Master, the Great Unclean One. He is worth approximately $2,500.
Yep, I'm not joking. Very good.
I did clock an original metal Thunderhawk gunship in there, by the way, and I think those are actually worth about $2,500.
Jesus.
Incredible.
Yeah, and some of the size in some of these models are something you can buy in paint. Like I thought they had like Dreadnoughts and Imperial Knights. I thought they were quite big. But then there's one of the exhibition cases. It has that as the smallest model in the lineup.
Yep.
And it just goes up and up.
And it's like a 3-foot Titan.
Like, it's the same size as my 8-year-old.
Which you can buy. You can buy those.
Yeah,
you can buy those from
special
Forge
order,
World over across the road.
Yeah.
And here's my army, 2 Space Marines and this boy.
Shout out to Colin if you're listening from 12 years ago. You fuck, that's exactly how you get us playing Warhammer.
It is. Right, we will sign off, not entirely, well, at the end of this, but not entirely for the evening. For tonight, we go back to the recording studio. Me and Jamie have to deliver our rooms.
And keep us awake at the same
And
time.
keep awake at the same time. And I will be delivering mine with no notes.
We'll have notes.
Ta-ta for now.
Love you, bye.
Good morning, listeners. We are brunched up to the max and wandering through the sunny lanes of Nottingham. What a charming tale. Oh, look, a gnome. How interesting. We are on our way to... Where are we on our way to?
Cave Escape. We're going
Cave
to play
Escape.
Carfax and Monuments.
So, Carfax and Monuments. And that only 2 today to round off the 4+ recordings from yesterday. How are we all feeling, Jamie?
I am chipper. I'm a very good boy. I've had a nice breakfast. I'm ready to party.
Very optimistic considering that you're crawling on the floor. Mike?
I had baked beans, and now we're doing some cave escapes. So
God.
sorry, everybody.
Oh,
no.
God. Mari, how you feeling?
I'm really excited. I've done the other room they have here, and it's fantastic.
So, Mari, who declared yesterday that she had once done 10 escape rooms in a day, so this, what is a marathon for us ancient ones, is just sort of, I don't know, the average weekend for her? But
Kind of.
such is the life of
It's
the
actually
young.
like a below average weekend for Mari, isn't it? Because you're normally jet setting away to something.
I've jet-setted to Nottingham. It's far. I took a train.
I'm not sure there is a jet set in Nottingham, Mari. Anyway, looking forward to it. We will catch you on the flip side. Ta-ta for now. Hello, listeners. We've just completed Monuments at Cave Escape, and we got out in...
36 minutes 38.
which was nearly the 4th best time on their record.
1 minute off the record.
I thought it was 3 minutes off.
The top, but for third
Very
place.
close to the record. So, yeah, we're very pleased with that. First reactions on the room, guys.
I really enjoyed it. It was a really nice use of space, and it just gave us a chance to just be fun and have fun.
That's all right.
Mari?
I love the physical space. I think that's what Cave Escape has going for them. The clue is in the name. Very good cave.
Yeah, so to clue you in, you go down the steps into a full underground sandstone cave structure. The game is basically a love letter to the Monuments Men movie and historical event. And they've really gone to a fair bit of effort to make that all feel good and feel tactile and feel very heavy. So yeah, I personally really enjoyed that one. That really, I mean, I love a bit of history. That really wet my whistle there. But I thought also like the whole space hung together really well with what we were doing. There was lots of very physical stuff, a few codes and a couple of old-fashioned bits, and there was like one puzzle that Mairi and Jamie had seen enough times before in a very similar fashion.
Oh, it's a clunk and splot cipher.
Yes, very much that. So, you know, points down for originality there.
but a lot of fun stuff too. Now, if we were to be hired as consultants to offer feedback, constructive feedback to improve that room, what would we improve, Mari?
One piece of tech wasn't working that may have elevated it. I'm talking about the projector.
Yep.
So I would probably fix that. Because I feel like we missed half of it, right?
Yeah, strong agree. This doesn't spoil anything. There's a projector that's supposed to do a video element. Sound is more important, obviously, but the thing literally said no signal from the minute go, and that's quite poor. Maybe just fix it. Maybe just fix it.
I could have actually done with a little bit less in the kind of hinty signposting, like that being just like a little bit slower.
This was pitched to us as a non-linear escape room, but it didn't necessarily feel like that. I think there were moments in this game where some of us were just waiting for the rest to do a thing so that we could do the next thing. So if you're going to make it non-linear, make it non-linear so everyone's got something to do at all times.
I'd say that there were non-linear elements, like certainly in the opening, there's a few things you can do at the same time. But in terms of the progression of the game, yeah, it's pretty one thing after another. Not a bad thing,
no.
But yeah, given that they had specifically said at the beginning, this is very non-linear. Well, it kind of is, and kind of isn't.
Yeah. I mean, I could have done with a bit less nudging.
Yeah, I think that's fair, actually. I hadn't really thought about that.
I don't know, but just like a little bit less. Like, give us an extra minute per nudge.
Yeah, so we didn't get clued much, but I would argue with a time that low, you probably shouldn't have been clued at all.
Yeah. Oh, there we go, coffee.
Coffee is here. So, were we available as consultants? And we are available as consultants for a very modest fee, which roughly...
Up until we're cancelled.
Up until we're cancelled. Or I'm cancelled. We would say all those things. Yeah. Recommend those things. But still a very enjoyable room, and we will be back. Oh, would we recommend? Yeah, would we recommend? We're in a coffee shop now, and I'm talking to a microphone. This is very weird. Would you recommend this room? Would you recommend this room?
I would recommend this room. It is fun. And if you're a history nerd, you'll add another level of enjoyment for you as well. Really good.
Yeah, do you know what? Even though I'm kind of like, yeah, it was all right. I think if you like the history side of it, it's worth travelling for. Hello.
Can we have ice black coffee, please? Yeah. Oh.
What a line to open on. Hello, listeners. We are back in time. We've gone to the OG independent coffee shop, Greg's, which was our number 2 episode back in the day, I believe. We had just finished Carfax, which is the Dracula-themed escape room at Cave Escape, Nottingham. We did very well. What was our time, Mari?
30 minutes and 16 seconds.
Which was, I believe, the number 1 time this month for those guys. So we're now on a scoreboard, not the real scoreboard, but a scoreboard, and that's quite satisfying.
More than halfway through the month. We'll maintain that.
Yeah, we'll probably hold on to that.
Yeah.
So that's satisfying. It's been, as was said earlier, a weekend of always the bridesmaid when it comes to records, but we're not here to set records. We're here to have fun. Kinda. So, on the Carfax, hot takes, first impressions, guys.
Oh, it was just fantastic. It was very physical. Lots of locks and keys, which I like, because they were like old-fashioned, old-timey locks. It was very fun.
There were some really nice moments where we had to interact with the game in ways that aren't just locks and keys that I really adore, because it's a rare thing in escape rooms.
And aren't usual.
Yes, yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Good flow. Had a really nice flow to it. Lovely use of the space. Good vibes. Excellent vibes.
Yeah, I thought they really smashed it. It's definitely an older room. There's a few elements that are showing their age. Fine, but it's sort of in that nice kind of tongue-in-cheek way. Yeah, really enjoyed it. As it's been said, good flow. A couple of really nice, even just simple physical puzzles that are just quite fun to do. Things that are just quite fun to do. And then a couple of really good head scratches where we did get properly stuck for a bit and then found our way out of it. As ever, because we'd forgotten to find some things, which is the classic. Lovely, very good. So, were we hired as consultants by Cave Escape Nottingham to suggest improvements to this room, what would we suggest?
I would
say, rely less on the search and find elements for some of those puzzles and signpost them a little bit better.
Yeah.
For me, so this is a multi-room experience. We spent more of our time in the earlier rooms and less time in the later rooms, but the later rooms more sell the fantasy of Dracula.
That's true.
So I might have shuffled some puzzles later in the game, so we spend longer in the finale zone.
Goodness, in the finale, we were in there for like 5 minutes.
And on the way out, I was like, oh, look at that cool bit of decoration.
Yeah.
And no one noticed.
I'm exactly the same. Like, there's, I reckon, 20% more game in the final act would have been great. But at the same time, my whole thing yesterday was things not really building to a good crescendo. As with the other cave escape room, this built to a great crescendo.
Yeah. Both of these had a finale that hung together in a sort of fun, kitschy way with the vibe. So yeah, in terms of structure, probably better structured than yesterday's rooms. So now we've done. Would we recommend it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good kind of early. I was going to say early years escape room. I don't mean necessarily children, but hey, like my 9-year-old would love that.
Let's kill Dracula.
My 9 would love that. But yeah, if you're sort of relatively new to escape rooms and you want something that's not going to be too hard, but is also occasionally going to stretch you. Oh, I haven't done one I would suggest to improve. There's a few. It's the classic thing of quite a few paper elements at one point.
Yeah, a lot of reading.
And yeah, there's a point where that's just too much. And because a lot of those paper elements were just quite small and quite flimsy, you could lose one, you could stick one in a pocket, and yeah, sure, that's on you, but there's ways of doing that that don't, even like just putting some of them on the walls or something, like ways of making them less vulnerable to like player-based disasters.
Well, also less. This set of papers for this thing, this set of papers for that thing. You almost want, if you've got a set of papers, have your set of papers be for one puzzle mechanic.
Yeah.
And then have something else for something else.
There is the paper-based puzzle and other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally I thought really good, slightly old-fashioned, but really good room, and fully echo what Mairi said with the keys. Lots of keys, but all really cool keys to have in your hand.
Old-timey keys.
And that makes such a difference. It really does.
So I've got 2 questions to the group then. What was your favourite room from today?
Would you recommend it, as in worth travelling for? Because for me, I'd say it's worth travelling to Nottingham to do monuments, because that's a very unique thing. It's very but I think you'll travel for that one, but you might have a bit more fun at Carfax.
In Carfax.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely double bill it. Come to a cave escape and do both. There's the third one. I've not played it, but I think you should double bill them.
I've played the third one. It would be the weakest of the 3.
Really?
I mean, you should
Operation
do all
Iceman,
3.
is that what it's called?
Yeah, something Iceman, Caveman, something. Yeah, Iceman. It's futuristic, but its flow is very clunky. Yeah, so impressive set, very clunky. But we didn't vibe with it as much as we vibe today.
Okay, interesting. And that actually makes sense of the venue, because they've got these caves, and what the caves really suits Dracula and like World War II vaults.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jamie, what was your question?
So 2 questions for the group. 1, what was your favourite room of the 2 we've done today? And then what has been your favourite room of the whole weekend?
My favourite room today was definitely Carfax. Absolutely loved it. Super charming. Whole weekend, Robin of Lockskey still takes it. It's a fantastic room.
Same. Oh, God.
Great podcast.
I wish people would stop eating on this podcast. Jamie?
Yeah, I agree. I think Carfax pipped it. I mean, I think I knew that I would enjoy it more because of the theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a more fun experience. They were both still great, but also Robin of Lockskey. Really enjoyed that.
I wonder if Monuments hadn't had a couple of technical issues
And no hinting.
and the hinting had been a little cooled off, would we have enjoyed Monuments more?
Maybe.
I think I might have.
I still
more
would have
unique.
done Carfax as my favourite.
Carfax is very classic. Monuments is more interesting,
Very unique.
very unique, which is great. And, you know, I get my little like historical rub on. That's cool. So I'm actually going to be a little bit of a contrarian and a surprise to no one and go with Monuments for the day. But overall for the weekend, ooh, I think it probably still has to be Robin of Lockskey.
There you go, look at that. Can I suggest why that might be for all of us as well? Because the big differentiator from that and all of the others, and these have all been great rooms, I hasten to point out, they've all been great rooms, is that it's charming. It's utterly charming, and it's got a lot of heart. And our kind of like our little hierarchy that we've been establishing throughout the weekend has very much been in sort of charm and heart order. Like the ones there's a love. There's like a real love in there.
You can bleep this bit out because it's slightly spoilery, but I wonder if also it's the only room that contains a slide. So,
Sure. Yeah, there's a sort of house of fun element to Robin of Lockskey that very few rooms achieve. So there we go. Any closing thoughts for the weekend?
it's just been lovely to see you all in person. And I think every games master that we've spoken to has also how well we work as a team, which you'd hope so, given how many virtual audio escape we've done together.
We'd have had a big falling out by now, wouldn't we?
With the sole exception of Butcher, for obvious reasons, we were 30 or sub 30 for every room.
Yeah, we've got these times in front of us, 25, 30, 27, 36, 30, and Butcher at 46.
It's still a great time for Butcher. It's an hour long a room.
Yeah, Butcher is a special case.
In that I played it with my eyes closed, hiding behind everyone else.
And there's like 3.5 puzzles. But you spend a lot of time hiding in the dark, and that's kind of fun too. I'd love to figure out the actual data on escape rates for these rooms, because I noticed on the scoreboard at Cave Escape there was a 42% escape rate for monuments and 65% for Carfax. I think you would have to have hit your head to not get out of those rooms with the clue system functioning. But maybe I'm just being a bit...
I think Monuments probably has 75% escape rate, but I would say 100% with Carfax.
Yeah.
Like Monuments,
Surely.
it's possible you could not have found all the things at the end and sort of run out of time.
Even with them calling you on the phone system is the hint system.
But like there were a lot of things to find.
There were.
And they probably could have manually triggered that ending by being like, oh, you got out, but you only got out with 5 out of 8 kind of
Oh,
thing.
I see, yeah.
So I can see that one having a lower escape rate because of that.
Or low completion rate.
Yes.
Okay.
But Carfax, it wasn't that hard.
No.
So...
Man, listeners, if you just saw the face she made.
The naked pity in your eyes.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard, and me and John are like sweating.
If we apply the same thing to yesterday's rooms at Escapologic, I don't remember the exact numbers, but all of them had like less than 100%. But I think the Butcher, they were saying about like 15% of teams finish it, which I just...
That sounds like nonsense.
That just sounds like nonsense.
But people might get too scared. Like what they said, the team before us apparently didn't make it through the briefing, and we're like, no, we actually don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So maybe they're counting that as a fail.
Yeah. And they say Curio had a 10% success rate.
That was it, yes.
Insane.
I don't...
Right.
Impossible.
There's some tricky stuff in Curio, but the place of all these rooms, the one where we really got hard stuck for a bit was Carfax.
Yeah.
And we got ourselves out.
Yeah.
And still finished in 30 minutes.
Actually, we did get hard stuck in Butcher for a bit as well.
Well, we did until Mike went and did the puzzle and ignored the rest of us.
They'll poke in here, too.
But all in all, have we had a good weekend?
What a lovely
So
weekend.
good.
Fabulous.
I hope you've enjoyed listening to our little reviews. Come to Nottingham, play some escape rooms, go to Greg's.
Go to some really good independent cafes.
Yes.
Not Greg's.
Not Greg's. Yeah, Sobar Cafe was really nice, and the brunch we had this morning was delicious. Where was
So
that?
good.
Pudding Pantry.
Pudding Pantry. That was really good. Go to Pudding Pantry.
Go to Warhammer World.
Go to Warhammer World. Don't be sassy to the staff at Pudding Pantry. She's scary. Or Warhammer World. But go to all of these things. It's a great little weekend escapey trip. Right. We have promises to keep and miles to go before we sleep, so we're going to sign off now. We love you lots, and we'll see you next time on the Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.